Guys, it's Sweet Tooth. I thought I'd do another video today while sorting out my screw box. I've got bolts there and screws there. Uh, I found this actually. This is actually a kid's crayon box, but it's really useful for screws and stuff. So I'm having an organise. I'm in the mood for it, you know. Sometimes you're in the mood to go through your house and have a bit of an organise, and other times you just can't be bothered. So I thought, why not, you know. So today's quick video is about guilt tripping. Now, the reason I'm saying about guilt tripping is because I mentioned it earlier on to, I think it was Dan, I think. Anyway, I've had a lot of guilt trips over my life, especially by my mother. So say she's been working in the garden doing her own thing and I've been doing my thing, and she'd say something like, oh, he's turned up when all the work's done, and I hate that. Or people have guilt tripped me or over something I should have been doing, you know what I mean? Like the carrots. Yeah, you know what I mean. Guilt tripping, you could do without it, could you? You know what I mean? People guilt trip you. Why didn't you phone me back? Oh, well, you know, you were busy. Or why didn't you text them back? Because I was busy. People don't understand you've got a life. And so people try and guilt trip you to make them feel better. It's like, it's just an excuse, really. But yeah, I mean, I just thought I'll talk about guilt tripping. And I hate people guilt trip you. Oh, well, I waited until 5 o'clock and you didn't turn up, but it's alright. You're like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I'm eating grass again. I like grass. Helps me think. I've got my CBT on Friday, so I thought I'll do that. I'll just see it for an hour. I've wrote down, it's a good idea if you're seeing a counsellor to write down in between seeing them what's happened through the, say I see mine once a fortnight, and it's a good idea just to write down anything that's happened in your life, you know, like through the day, you know, like things that have irritated you or upset you, just write them down and so you can discuss it with her. Anyway, back to the subject of guilt tripping. I'm really like kind of thinking about stuff that people have said to me over the years, and you know, I've kind of like got to the point in life. Say I've got a bolt there, and that should be in a bolt box. That's something that people with anxiety have. They like things to be organised, and we tend to stick to a safe. You know, we tend to stick to our safe little zone. And we feel difficult and uncomfortable to leave that zone. And I know what you're going through because I've been there myself. And I mean, I'll take risks. I don't mind taking risks, but they're calculated risks. I don't really, but you know, I've always plodded on. But I've got some big plans, you know, and the only thing that's stopping me is obviously money, 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 money. But yeah, guilt tripping, that's a main subject about the way people will sort of talk to you, and you know, say you haven't been in touch, or say you haven't phoned your mother or your father or your friends or whatever, your colleagues or something, and they've said, oh, well, I was expecting your call, but never mind. Oh, doesn't that just do your head in? Like, like that people should understand that you've got a life, and just because you've said you might be coming round, and then they get in it. Oh well, you know. Do you remember that film Spider-Man, the first one, which is probably my favourite of all the Spider-Man films, where Peter Parker goes out and he was supposed to help his uncle paint the. I think it was paint the kitchen or something. Anyway, he came in late because he'd been doing something else, and he got the letter saying, "Tea's in the oven. Thanks a lot, Van Gogh," or something. And that was kind of guilt tripping him to say, "Well, you know, it's okay. You should have been eating to help, but you know, that's the last thing you need, isn't it?" It's like, oh, that's just totally guilt tripping me now, and that makes you feel even worse. It's like, oh no. So I don't know why I put these. These are I forgot what they're called. I suppose that's a bolt, isn't it? It's got a screw in, don't it? Yeah, it should be in the bolt box. Yeah, so guilt tripping. Don't you just hate it? I mean, it's like, I'm sure everyone's been through it, you know. Or I remember once I was supposed to get the shoulder done because I've got a tear in it. Now, it doesn't really bother me as long as I'm not sort of sawing or using this arm like painting a lot. And I was due to get it sorted out, but I backed out last minute because I just couldn't handle having my arm in a sling for 9 months. I think it was going to be in for 3, and I couldn't use it for 9 months. And even the surgeon said there's no guarantee, and you could have a clot build up, and I was like, the more I thought about it, the more my anxiety was going around. I mean, people with anxiety, it's already bad enough, and then I was thinking about all the needles they were going to put into me, you know, to dumb the pain, and you know, and I just couldn't handle it. And anyway, to cut a story short, I told them no, I didn't want it doing last minute, and of course it was like the woman said, "Oh, we could have given this appointment to somebody else." Guilt trip, guilt trip, guilt trip. And of course, I was thinking about that for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I thought, I bet the doctor knows as well. And I thought, do you know what, bollocks? I'm a human being. I didn't want it doing it. I went to every single appointment, right up to the point of seeing the surgeon. And I just thought, no, I can't handle having my arm in the sling. I mean, it's like someone chopping one arm off. And I'm always doing stuff. Um, you know, I'd rather put up with the pain and discomfort. But imagine, it's like this, just like no arm. I thought no way, but that was a guilt trip. But yeah, I don't like hanging around people who guilt trip me all the time into saying, well, you know, that's just something that I thought I'll have a chat about. If you're new to my channel, hi, thanks for coming along. There's generally a video pretty much every day, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, depending on what I'm doing. To let you know, I monitorize things like products. For example, if I was doing something on, I don't know, I could be looking at ham or the latest chainsaw. I will monitorize that because the way I look at it is the products that I've paid for, it's like I'm getting money back off the products I've paid for, so that helps me out. But my blogs like this, and also my any kind of I think it's not me sounds and stuff like thunder and rain, obviously that doesn't get monetized. So blogs, all that sort of stuff. So I would say all this isn't because you know, you don't want to be monetizing any kind of conversation like that. It's just not on. There's too many adverts anyway, running around. I caught my arm, look at that. Oh man. Tell you what, the woodshed is a dangerous place. I just dropped on me now. I put some TCP on that. So, yeah, guilt trip, guilt trip. Look at the size of that. Guilt trip. Do your parents guilt trip you? Why haven't you been to college? Why aren't you going to university? Why this? Why that? Why the other? You can understand why kids just move out or they get sick, or they get peer pressured. That's another one. Peer pressured into doing jobs, or peer pressured into doing studying stuff they can't feel comfortable with. You know, the way oh well, what you doing with your life? I've had that before. What you doing with your life? Well, it's your life, guys, and you do what you want with it. You know what I mean? You only get one life, and when it's gone, it's gone. There's no respawn. Um, so as I'm getting older, I'm like, I have basic goals, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not just going to hide away, and I'm not going to. I am going to follow my dreams, because I met people who don't look back and, you know, life's gone. And what's it all been about? You know, paying bills, bringing up children, doing your studies, finding a family, blah de blah, trying to get ahead on the ladder. You know, at the end of the day, it's your life. Live it. I think I saw that on the back of a wagon once, and it said "One life, live it," and that's so true. I'll put that on the back of my van. One life, live it. That should be in another box. That. These are really good hooks. They're just picture hooks, but they're good for just general everything. Now, some of these have scrounge off bits of wood. See that there? That's holding shells up in cupboards, so I'll keep a few of them. It's kind of everything in there, but nice sorting out. So, yeah, your thoughts, guys. You know, are you tired of being guilt-tripped by your parents, by your spouse, by the boss, by everybody? Or so you couldn't make it, say you've missed an appointment, or a party, or a birthday session, or something like that, and you're getting guilt-tripped by everybody. Well, what is the point in rushing around like a blue-ass fly, and then you go out, and not only that, that you feel that you've got to buy them a sorry present. That's another thing as well. Have you ever seen TV programs where, I think it was one guy, I'm trying to think where the film was. Anyway, there was a film where one guy, he was, that's it, I know who the guy is. He's Antonio Banderas. Anyway, he was in a film, and his child was his wife was saying, "Oh, you've got to make sure you're there at the school play." And he was a busy lawyer, and he said, "Oh, you know, I'll be there." Anyway, he got caught up in traffic and work and one thing or another, and the wife was like guilt tripping him. So he went out and bought a big teddy bear with sorry on it. It's crazy, isn't it? You know, how people can make you feel. I mean, the fact that he was out earning money to keep them supported, that should be enough. It's not, you know what I mean? I mean, she's happy to live in a big, expensive house, yet he's a bit late just for a play. Let's face it, play's not the end of the world. And of course, the child's going, "Where's me daddy?" and all that. You know, at the end of the day, you know, prioritise. Your life is for you guys. It's not to be lived around other people. If other people put major pressures on you and expectations and this, that, and the other, then these people shouldn't be in your life, because they're too much. Too much for you. You know, it's like I see it all the time. People racing home to make it on time for dinner because the wife's cooked something nice, or something like that. So life gets in the way, man, you know, so what? So you miss a dinner date, so you miss a date, so you this, that, and you that. It's, you know, life is life. There's no point killing yourself to do something, so just to please somebody, yeah? Because I bet you they don't go out and rush to do anything for you. Definitely not. So yeah, anyway guys, that's the end of my video. I'm gonna have a look at this. Thanks very much for watching, coming along. Check my channel out. God bless. We'll see you later.